If you have gone to Google and look up cooperatives, you might run into different types of co-ops. The four main cooperative types are consumer, producer, worker, and multi-purpose. But today we're going to talk about the first one, the consumer cooperative. What is a consumer cooperative? While a worker cooperative defines members as the people who work for the company, a consumer cooperative defines members as the people who use the products or services of a company. Credit unions, for example, are consumer cooperatives. When you sign up for an account at the credit union, you become a member of that cooperative. Depending on the structure, you could be voting at the credit union's meetings on company policy. This makes it so credit unions are beholden to their members, aka you, while a corporate bank has no obligation other than their wealthy shareholders and no obligation to you. So if you're with the bank right now, I suggest switching to a credit union soon. Let's look at another more direct example of what a consumer cooperative could be. An internet service provider could also be a consumer cooperative. Let's look at an example. Nick, Dana, and Renee are sick of their ISP monopoly and their neighbors are too. Nick worked in an ISP for 10 years and could set up ISP networks. Renee climbs cell towers for a living. Dana works in accounting and business. Their skill sets come up in conversation and they spend the next 4 weeks writing bylaws and filing their consumer cooperative with the state. They find their first 5 customers and boom, they're on a roll. Their customers that get the internet from the ISP cooperative are the members. Why is this important? Well, if Nick is the manager and tries to double their rates, the customers of the ISP can vote to replace Nick with Renee, who is friendly and will not double their rates. Depending on the cooperative's bylaws, the customers could be the ones who dictate when and how much rates are changed. This guarantees better internet service than the current corporate monopolies we live under. Something you might be asking yourselves now is, wait, should I form a worker cooperative or a consumer cooperative? That is when you need to take time to think who should benefit from the cooperative. Are you trying to keep workplace democracy within the workplace? Or are you focused on providing a better service to your community? That is ultimately up to you and your colleagues who are forming the cooperative to decide. While most of the time you're free to decide on your own, check your state and local cooperative laws first. They might make you define certain things in the filing. If you're in the United States, you can look up your state's constitution definition of business types and cooperatives on the internet. Or you could even contact your state's cooperative development center for legal advice. So now that you understand consumer cooperatives, what do you think? Is this something that you'd want to make yourself? Or are you going to stick to a work cooperative? What type of consumer cooperatives do you have ideas for? I'll be making a future video on how to file a cooperative in the United States, which I'll add a link to it on the screen when it's released, so stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about cooperatives, like and subscribe for more content.